Everyone thinks the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones was a shocking betrayal invented by George R.R. Martin. But the reality is, it was inspired by something much darker that actually happened in Scotland. The real version was arguably more messed up, using a 10-year-old kid to bait the trap. This is the story of the Black Dinner. Back in 1440, Scotland was a total mess. The king was literally a 10-year-old boy named James II, so the adults around him were running the country. The guy with the most control was Chancellor Sir William Crichton. He was absolutely terrified of one specific family, the Black Douglases. The Douglas family was ridiculously rich, had a massive private army, and basically acted like they owned the place. The head of the Douglas family was a 16-year-old kid named William, walking around with thousands of men on horseback like he was already the king. Crichton knew he couldn't attack them openly, so he had to trick them. He sent a super-friendly invitation to William Douglas and his little brother David to hang out at Edinburgh Castle. They showed up to the castle without their massive army, bringing just a few advisors, feeling safe under the ancient rules of hospitality. The dinner actually started off great. The young King James and the Douglas brothers were laughing, eating tons of food, and getting along perfectly. Right at the end of the feast, the servants cleared the plates, the music stopped, and guards walked in carrying a silver platter. Instead of dessert, they dropped the severed head of a black bull in the middle of the table. The black bull's head was the ultimate symbol of death in medieval Scottish culture, meaning someone in the room was about to be executed. As soon as the head hit the table, Crichton's heavily armed guards rushed in and grabbed the 16-year-old William and his younger brother. The 10-year-old King James actually started crying and screaming at his own men to stop, physically begging them to let his friends go. But Crichton completely ignored the king. They dragged the two teenagers out into the castle courtyard, set up a fake 5-minute trial, and then chopped both of their heads off right there in the dirt. In a single night, Crichton totally wiped out the immediate threat to the crown. However, doing that completely shattered the trust in the country. The assassination of the Douglas brothers at Edinburgh Castle became a defining moment of betrayal in Scottish history, known as the Black Dinner. George R.R. Martin took that exact story, combined it with another Scottish betrayal, the Massacre of Glencoe, and created the Red Wedding. The crazy part is Martin said he had to tone down the real Scottish history because he thought audiences wouldn't believe people could actually be that evil to their own guests.